my name is Jimmy Williams with NFL Draft Diamonds. And I have a diamond in the rough for you guys to meet today. His name is Keyshawn Wilder. He is a defensive back out of Shenandoah. Nice to meet you, sir.
Nice to meet you, Jimmy.
So, a lot of people, when they think of Shenandoah, dude, let's be real, they don't really think of football. They think more so of like the nice, you know, uh, just landscape that's out there. But certainly for you, you've been able to really solidify yourself as one of the top defensive backs in your conference. So let's get after it and let's allow people to get a chance to meet you. So start us out, man. Where are you from?
I'm from Baltimore, Maryland. I went to Randallstown High School, Baltimore County. It's home to draft diamond. You guys was aware of Christian Benford that plays for with the Villanova, plays for the Buffalo Bills now. Yeah, I went to the same high school with him, good friends with him. So
Cool beans, man. Didn't know that one. Certainly kind of nice to be able to have that guy as one of your former teammates. So, um, again, Randallstown High School out in the Baltimore region of Maryland. Um, other than you really kicking it with your boy there in Benford, what do you remember most about your time in high school?
it was just a fun time, football, high school. It's like that's right before you kind of become an adult. So it's just like you just have fun, still playing football, enjoying your time with your friends. Like that was really, football was our joy at that time. We all wanted to play at the next level, we all wanted to go to college. There was a lot of it. So
Gotcha. And did you do any other sports back in those days besides football, or was it mainly going to be football?
nah, I was just a football guy.
All right. Well, how long have you played football?
I played football for, well, I don't even count the years, but I started at like 7'9", 8'10". So I was probably since I'm like about 8 years old. I kind of like been around football my whole life, like as my uncles. I have a professional uncle played for the Baltimore Ravens, Ray Lewis. That's my uncle. So like I've been around football. I've been going to football games practically since I was born, from when they moved to Baltimore in 1996, and I was born 2000. So like I've been going to a football game up until he retired every week practically. So like football has just been life. My cousins, brothers, like everybody played football. So it's just like a thing for us.
Gotcha. So, like, if it's a part of you, your family, your lifestyle, it gets ingrained in you, man. Dude, it's in your blood.
Yeah.
So, and I get that. So, been doing it for quite some time. What do you love the most about the game of football?
I would just say like about it's like the grind for me. Like every after every season is something to get better for. Like sometimes I look forward to the off season more than like the season, just because like it's like in my mind it's like all right, I get to lock in on whatever I think I need to get better at, and then when that next season come, I know I'm gonna be better at, and I flourish, and then it's just needs to get better, and then it's just the relationships you build. Like from guys I met in high school football that I'm still good friends with, and then guys I met 4 years ago here at Shenandoah, like I'll still forever be friends with them. They built relationship as brothers, and you know,
Cool. Well, so after your time there at Randallstown High School, you end up getting to Shenandoah. Now, obviously, maybe not your first choice, but walk us through that whole recruitment process, man.
recruiting it was pretty rough for my high school. Like Christian was one of those rough, like diamonds that got out, but like we was a small 1A high school in Baltimore, so Baltimore only goes up to 4A, so we was one of the small like 1A schools, and we never really had a lot of colleges coming through, so it was tough to get that look. But I was just get any opportunity I had. I mean, I wasn't as good as I was now back then. I'm sure that had something to do with it, but it was the main thing. Small school, 1A school wasn't one of the biggest in our county. So
I mean, I
I
think
had,
sometimes people ask that question, like, how did this guy get overlooked? And obviously, being a part of a 1A school, not a lot of scouts really paying too much attention. Let's just be real. I mean, you've got
yeah,
to be really something special. Not that
yeah,
you're not, because I know that you
yeah,
are a
absolutely.
special guy, but Christian Benford got drafted, man.
He was a
Very
special
awesome
guy in
guy.
high school.
Yeah, definitely. But you yourself made it to Shenandoah. How'd you end up there?
Coach Mitchell, Byron Mitchell, who was a defensive coach here, he had recruited me. He had came through the school, and I mean, I had a few other D3 schools and D2 interests, but they was just someone who let me know like you're hiring our board, we like you, and it was a situation where I had to make a decision, and I was like, I'm gonna rock with them, and I started my journey.
Gotcha. And again, I kind of joked a little bit about how like when I think of Shenandoah, I just think of like just the beautiful landscapes. But for you, man, when you think of your school, what's so special about your school?
Well, when I first got to Shenandoah, like my first visit, and when I first moved in freshman year, I was same thing you think of. It's just like it's a small city, but it looks nice and everything. Like you said, our school isn't really known for sports per se. Like our women's basketball team is pretty good. They're in the NCAA tournament now. Field hockey, but you never think of like the main sports of men's basketball and men's football. So for me, like anywhere I come, I just look to, change. Like I want to leave an impact and leave my imprint on wherever I come. And, while it may not have been a football school or a football program, that's what was my goal was to come, make it when I got here.
Well, I mean, I definitely feel like you have made your imprint there at Shenandoah. I mean, just kind of looking at my notes, like you've been an all conference athlete several times, first team all conference. It's just almost a given that your name's going to be mentioned there at the end of the season as one of the top talents. Um, Talk about that, man. I mean, when you think about like that, I don't know, label of you being one of these top guys that um, really could be a diamond. What comes to mind?
I just think to my teammates and my coaches because those are the ones who believe in me and tested just my hard work over the years. I played as a freshman a little bit. I started a few games. Uh, my sophomore year was like kind of that breakout year to show that like what I am, like my value, what plays I can make. And then my junior year when was just I just took off. It was just I was everywhere. I was able to make plays at all three different levels. I was able to make big plays in big games. And like then it just followed up this senior year. I just kept doing it and kept doing it and kept doing it. Like I said, I had a great group of guys around me these past 2 years when that definitely makes your job easier. You don't have to worry about other things. So my teammates trust me. I trust them. They look to me as big bro, and it's just I trust them and just follow with them.
Let's give these teammates some more love, man. Drop some names.
My 2022 year, it was all my old fifth year guys, my extra guys. I got all their extra years. Jaden Rogers, Mason Caldwell, Ben Bergen was a D3 All American, David Ajay, Jaden Roberts, Jordan Rice, and then to my this current year, all my Jack boys, that's what we call the DBs. So Quante Red, Avion Booth, Sean Perry, James Williams, and we have another somebody I believe is going to be an All-American next year, Matt Conroy, my starting middle linebacker. He came from Calvert Hall in Maryland and my double A. So it's a lot of young guys on that team, a lot of talented guys on that team. And yeah,
Cool.
they
I I didn't know I played for Shenandoah. You'd mentioned James Williams. I thought that was kind of nice. No, obviously, different guy.
yeah.
Probably a lot younger, a whole lot more athletic. But cool, man. Nice to be able to give those guys some love.
Of course.
Let's focus more in on you. I mean, obviously, you're the guy who's turn it is now, maybe to get noticed by some professional scouts to get an opportunity. So, when you look at you as a prospect, what are some of your best traits? When you think about like what makes you different than all the other prospects at your position?
I think over like just starting, I make everyone around me better. Just simply off my IQ, my instincts, and off the field, the trust I build within my teammates. Like they know Key watch film. They know I can trust Key. They know if Key tell me to do something, I'm just gonna do it 100% because for some reason he feels this is what's gonna happen. Like I take it very serious about being a good teammate and making those around me better. And like I said, the instincts come. Like I played safety, I played corner, I played Sam. I've been at every three different levels and made plays at all three of those different levels. Being able to be versatile in all those different roles. And, in the NFL today and the XFL and all different these football leagues, it's different styles of game, different schemes. And I feel as though I'm somebody that could fit in any scheme, where I get going, because I'm going to learn the scheme, I'm going to learn the playbook, I'm going to know our strengths and weaknesses, and I'm just going to apply it. And I'm a willing tackler. Like I'm going to tackle. I'm going to tackle. I'm going to defeat blocks. Something I feel is like not seen in today's game of tackling DBs, being able to defeat blocks and help in the run game, and I willingly do that. So I think those are some of the things.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, dude, you mentioned a lot. I mean, I look at like these past couple years in your stats, which were just great. Certainly indicate you are an excellent ball hawk. This past season, 4 interceptions. The previous year, 5, which is awesome. Totaling in your career, 13 interceptions, which is kind of nice. And so as we kind of look back a little bit of you and your journey again from Randallstown to really finishing up your time there at Shenandoah, um, how would you say the guy today is different than the guy who came out of high school? What's been the major difference?
I would just say I've matured, like attitude wise. Like when you're about your business and you take it seriously, like you have a different outlook on life from when you're 18, 17, 18 to when you're 22, 23. You take advantage of opportunities that present themselves more. When you get those opportunities, you're ready for them, you're prepared for them, and you're willing to attack them head on. You always experience a lot of things with young guys. They may not take the early part of their career serious. You always hear this saying, your last game going to be here very quick. So like this might be the last time you play football, or you know what I'm saying? So being able to like catch on fairly quick, and COVID kind of helped that because that's when nobody was playing football. So it kind of reeled everybody in. It was like it could get taken away from you at any moment. And during COVID, it was a big time for me to able that 1 year to you're not playing football, you don't got to work, like you're not necessarily playing anything. You just get to train. You just get to be a better player.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't even know if it was coming back. I mean, I definitely thought that it was gonna come back, but we didn't know how, we didn't know when. I mean,
Yeah.
and we just sort of I don't know, made it work. Obviously, having the time off, refocusing on other things of life and what matters most, and really whether or not you truly love the game of football, whether or not you want to put in the effort to
So,
make yourself the best athlete that you can, which um I think there's still room to grow for you, quite honestly. So, when you look at your time there spent at Shenandoah, Key, just give me a couple of your best personal highlights, man. Give me a couple of those games that you can share. So, give us a couple, maybe one of them interceptions.
well, for my junior year, like like that pop breakout year, we played Averett University, and that was a game I had 4 interceptions in one game. That was like my wow moment, I would say, because like the first 2 interceptions was like, like regular good plays. And then it just seemed like I just found myself around the ball, around the ball, around the ball. It's like the first interception was just I was an off man. Uh Quarterback was getting pressured, so he just made an ill will throw, and I just broke on the ball, returned about 50 yards. The second interception was just a film read. They just like to use it was in 2x2, like to run like a sit with number 2 in between our 3 cloud coverage into the boundary, and I'm the cloud to the boundary. And they like to sit in that window, but the quarterback would sometimes throw the ball a little too far outside to me. And I was able to just bait it a second, bite on it. And the third one was just a tip ball. I just dove for it. It had popped through the slot, and I was following number 1 on the dig, and I just kept going and dove for it. And the last one was in fourth quarter, man coverage, quarterback busts out the pocket and try to give his guy a chance, and I was the receiver then. Uh, I would say that's the one. And my favorite, we played Maryville University in Tennessee. We didn't win this game, but I just felt it was like the biggest game, because when you have expectations of you're now the leader of your secondary group, or leader of your defense, you're now expected to make plays when you need them. Before it's kind of easy when you're not expected to make a play, you just make a play and everybody's happy. But when everyone's looking to you to make a play because we need a way to stay in the game, that was when I stepped up into that role. And it was the second game this past season. I had an interception in the first quarter. I had an interception before the third quarter, right after the third quarter, and I had blocked the punt and like caught it off his feet. So he punted the ball and I took it off his feet and caught it and I ran for 30 yards and scored.
Cool.
And we didn't end up winning that game, but like I was D3 player of the week that game. And I believe I was D3 player of the week two times in my career. So those are some of my best highlights.
I mean, definitely great to be able to say that you can make plays on special teams as well.
Yeah.
Kind of interesting though that when you're right there, almost like you're the returner, like
Yeah.
which obviously eventually you were because I mean you had the ball in your hands, but I
Yeah.
mean going in to make that block, obviously a key play in that game. So
Yeah.
key
Yeah. I
play
take
for
special.
key.
Yeah.
I don't.
I,
That's so corny. So
yeah,
I love it.
I take special teams very seriously. I feel like it's just effort based. I've blocked a total of about 8 kicks in my career, starting from my junior year. And it was like it's just something, it's effort based. Like you never know when they're like it's all time and effort. So you never know when the kicking team is gonna have a bad snap. You never know when their time is gonna be point 0.2 off because they're expected to get it off at 1.8. Like you never know. And when they go from 1.8 to 2.0, that's your time to get a block. And my coach, defensive coordinator, Coach Oliver, who's also our special teams coordinator, he just trusts me. So whenever the block, and if it was on punt block, he put me right where he thought that we was going to be able to get a gap to run on block. And then on field goal, whatever side I was on was always the rush side. So
Yeah, I mean, special teams very crucial in the game, and so you take it serious, you make those plays, and hey, you obviously going to end up being one of the I guess key components there for your team. So
so
I'm going to keep saying that, by the way, just because I think it's fun.
it clicks
Um,
together.
well, hey, buddy. Obviously, we've been talking about you and a lot of what you bring to the table. Some versatility as a member of that secondary, as a guy who can play safety, can play corner, and also be a vital special teams player. But I want to take a moment to meet who this Key Wilder guy is outside of football. So, uh, anything you want to share about yourself, whether it be your interests, your hobbies, you have any special talents, like dude, anything that you want to share, I'm down. So
Um,
give me
uh,
something.
well, I'm kind of a laid back guy until you kind of get like comfortable around me, and then like I kind of we get comfortable. I'm a talkative guy, and we can have fun. Hobby about me, I customize shoes or cleats, like football customized. I've done a few NFL guys, Matthew Judon, DJ Chark, Laquan Treadwell, uh, a few other guys, but like that's my main hobby. I do like I just customize things, have it as a business. Uh,
So if other guys want to have you customize them, like how would they get in touch with you?
I have a business Instagram. It's called Key Wild Customs, and yeah, like I have a lot of cleats on there. Run it as a business. It's a little hobby of mine that I try to like keep up with. Help a little extra money on the side, and it's something I like to do. So
Well, dude, it's a decent fallback too.
yeah,
If we're being honest, like
yeah,
hey, I mean, if you're putting out these very artistic shoes and you're bringing all of that, I mean, a lot of guys do it, man. Like
yeah,
more than almost every week for some people, depending on
yeah.
the situation. So that's very neat. I like that.
I appreciate it.
Anything else about yourself that you want to share? I mean, obviously that's a great thing with customizing cleats and what have you. But anything else?
Not really. That's really what my life consists of. It's just football, family, and custom cleats. And of course, I'm always like I want to coach. Like after I'm done, like if, depending on what goes on after my playing career or possible playing career, I want to coach. I just like helping people. I kind of like already train or coach. I have two little brothers, Raymond Crump that goes to Southern Utah, and then Khalil Scott that goes to East Stroudsburg University. Raymond plays DB, and then Khalil plays linebacker. But like those are kind of my training dummies. you could say,
Let's
for
not call
working
them
out.
dummies.
Yeah, like guinea pigs, your guinea pigs, your
Sure, a
tests.
little better.
Yeah, my
Um,
guinea pigs. But yeah, like that's probably, get them. If I can't make it, then I'm looking to get them there.
well, hey, I mean, it obviously sounds like you have a lot other you have other things going on. Uh, what are you getting your degree in there at Shenandoah?
Business administration with a focus on entrepreneurship.
Cool. So obviously, you'll be able to utilize that a little bit and what you're
Yeah.
trying to do with your life there for sure. Um, let's see if we have time. Let's give a couple silly quick questions. Uh, are you a soda guy? I mean, are you Pepsi, Coke, or Gatorade? Other what is it? What do you like?
I'm more of a Gatorade guy. I may have like at my
What
school when we go
what's
to
the
the
color
caf,
you reach for, man?
blue,
Blue.
cool
There
blue,
you go.
cool
That
blue.
that's the important part that we want to get out of the way.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, cool blue.
okay. Do you own any pets?
I have a dog at home. Well, it's my mom's dog, but it's the family dog, I guess you could call it.
No, it's fine. What's the breed of dog?
Shih Tzu.
Shih Tzu. So it's a little itty bitty critter.
Yeah, it just barks at anytime he hears the door alarm, just starts barking, barks at everybody in the house for no reason, like he doesn't know us.
That's funny. Uh, favorite treat or snack?
It'll be Trolley's sour berry berry gummy worms.
Okay, nice. Give me a song that maybe perhaps you might be embarrassed to admit you like.
It'll probably be some R&B like Fantasia, When I See You. It's not like embarrassing, but like, the R&B, old school R&B song, something like that. Or I'll say Tanisha Kelly, uh, what is it called? It's a Tanisha Kelly song. I can't remember it, but it's definitely one of my songs.
All right, cool. Well, I had to throw that out there just for fun.
Yeah.
And again, a Baltimore guy. Bro, I'm assuming you're big Ed Reed fan growing up. I mean, I would imagine, right? I mean,
Yeah.
just throwing that out there. Would you say that or no?
Yeah, I mean, I watch, like I said, I've been to a Ravens every Sunday since I was born in 2000. I was at a Ravens game up until my uncle retired in 2013 after they won 2012, 2013 after they won the Super Bowl. So I was able to meet him one time when I was younger. But like you said, I used to him, Chris McAllister, like it's just a lot of guys that I've seen throughout my years of just being able to go to football games and yeah.
Well, hopefully it'll be you here next. It's kind of your turn. I mean, you've put together a solid resume there as one of the top, really one of the top defenders in your conference. And also a leader there for your team there at Shenandoah. And the hope is that we can get some scouts to maybe pick up your film and give you a good look. So. Um, Go ahead and give them your pitch as to why they need to do that, man. Why they need to give you that opportunity at the next level. So go ahead and close this with your thought.
Playing at Shenandoah University, I developed into a versatile player, a willing attacker, a leader, everything you look for in a defensive back, gritty, being able to lead a team. And you keep hearing me use the same terms of being able to lead a team, being a good teammate, my stats show I had 13 interceptions through 4 seasons, nine through two of the last recent four, where I was able to start every game. So I'm a ball hawk, I'm a willing tackler. You'll see that on film. And if you have any questions, my offensive coordinator Calvin Oliver, you can give him a call, and he'll or my defensive back coach Austin Guptill or my head coach Scott Yoder. You give them a call, they'll let you know everything you need to know about me and me as a player, about what I commanded from my teammates, what I command from everybody around me. It's just we got to be better, we got to be great, and I'm just looking forward for any opportunity to just play at the next level and work my way up and be better as an athlete.
Gotcha. And let's not forget a damn good special teamer too.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
again, we got ourselves Keyshawn Wilder. He's defensive back out of Shenandoah. Best of luck to you in your endeavors. All right, buddy.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Jamie.
All right. Later on.